hardness scale and there's a superficial hardness scale. They are distinctly different, but they interrelate. Because what do you do with this? I tested it. This is 16 thousandths, 0.016 thick. So 0.016 on the previous scale, E18 is it's a guide. There we go. 16 thousandths says, what scales can we use? I could, if the hardness is above 75T, it's a legitimate number. If it's above 72 on the 30T scale, it's a legitimate number. If it's above 71 on the 45T scale, it's a legitimate. You can technically, they're telling me I can use all three scales. What you normally do is you use the lightest scale and see where you're at. But you can pick a number that, for instance, at this thickness, at 20 thousandths, it's telling me it doesn't matter. These all don't matter. Up here is where it matters when it starts getting into the 10, 12. It says here that you can't even use a 30T or 45, it's too heavy. You're going to punch through it. So somebody's already done all the work for you, basically. They figured out what they don't want to see. They don't want to see. What will happen is we're going to support it like this, with a little pedestal. Rather than put in a sample like this flat, you have to deal with it being flat. So we have a pedestal to sit on a point. And what you don't want to see is the hardness impression coming through on the back side too severely. You're going to see a little bit of it, but as long as it's the right thickness and the right hardness, you're good to go. If the number is less than that, now what happens if the number is less than 75 on the 15T scale?
If what? I'm sorry?
If we do this test and we get less than 75,
you have to do a different test?
there is no other test.
Then you skip to
Such B,
the
Rockwell B. There's no other test for this?
What is softer than a 15T?
30T.
That's heavier. That's a heavier load. The lightest load is 15T, meaning 15 kilograms.
So if you get less than 75,
You can't use that scale.
you'd have to use a different scale.
Okay. But there is no other scale on the macroscopic level. There's nothing softer than 15 kilograms.
So is it just worthless?
No, but that's when it's really soft stuff and it really machines like crap. It's really soft. Or it's too formable and it's... So again, they're giving you a minimum guide. They're saying if it's below 75, it's not a valid number on that scale. And what you'd write, if somebody says I need a Rockwell number, you're going to write invalid, less than 75 minimum per table, a 5.4 of E1808. And that's how you tell somebody, this is what I did. I tried to do it as best as I could. Do you want me to do microhardness? Remember we discussed microhardness. Microhardness is 500 grams. This is 15 kilograms. You can put a microhardness impression on anything. But now you've just quadrupled the cost. Is it that important? Because now I have to take the sample, I have to put it in a mounting material, I have to spend about $100 of their money to do this mount, and I put it in a microscope, and I do the hardness impressions this way. No problem doing it. We do it all day long. You guys will see that in one of the later laboratories. But you have to make a mold to hold it. So do people do that in production? No. They don't, but you can. There is a scale below 15. 15 is the lightest scale. We're going to find out what the hardness is. I have no idea. I took this out of scrap. No idea. But that's why stainless steel is another animal. But here's another thing that's very interesting about stainless steel. When you find, let's say we get this number and it's 8015T. What do you do with it? You have to convert it to Rockwell B. Okay? Let's go back to the conversion tables. There are conversion tables specifically for stainless steel. We have to find it now. This one does both scales, B, C, and superficial. Both of these. So what we do, see, I'm going to change the scale. This setup. I hate when she does that. Let's take it off. This does the same thing as that. It's motorized. This is hand. That's automatic. We have a lot of them. We do both. Okay. What? Don't want to bang it. Nah.
That's the diamond.
This is a diamond for right now. We're not going to use it. We're going to put a B in it. So. So now we get to pick the scale. This thing has got all these different scales in here, and we want the T. I don't see the T. Let's keep going. So let's go with the lightest load. We'll go with the 15T.
15T.
Okay. 15T. I'm going to hit enter. It's entered, and now I hit exit. So now it says 15T. Okay? 15T means I got 15 kilograms going on inside of this instead of this. Instead of having it hanging. You want to come around this way? Is everybody can see okay? Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to get a 15T block to make sure the machine is happy. What you don't want to do is be on top of another impression, and I really can't tell. So 91 is what I'm looking for. Can't see which impression.
It doesn't matter that it's not like flat on another. The other one over there. It's got the flat base.
No, this is flat. This pedestal, I'm doing it in particular. What you can do, because we're going to be testing this is a very hard sample to get flat. It's going to spring. So I want to test it on a point. And that'll be the most stable. Again, that's another problem that people have when they test these, is they don't properly support the sample. You can see the test. See it?
Is that what you said in the thing about changing the envelope?
That's why I changed the envelope. And I'm obviously hitting another impression, that's why I jumped up. I just want to get it in. Sorry, what?
I said, see, I read the handout.
You read it. This is 90, now we're good. It's going to be about 76.03. Right now. You know what's nice? Now take a look at this. I'll do three together, and I'll pass it around. You can actually see there is a mark on the back side, but a very small mark.
Because it's about to crush it.
Well, it's trying to fight back as best it can. It's 75.76. It's really hard to see these. So 75.92. And we said it was 0.016 thick. Valid test above 75. We just made it. 76. So it is a valid test, and it now means it's convertible. I can go to this scale over here, and I actually can't, because this scale is the scale for steel. See that? You have to go to make sure that it's an austenitic scale that'll give you when we go back. And that's how you convert it. This would be an improper conversion, but you'd see how somebody would go 76, they'd say it's 48 Rockwell. Rockwell beat. We'll find out if that's actually true on the right scale. That makes sense?